EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the capital city of Colorado. Welcome to Denver and Empower Field at Mile High. Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go here on Monday night. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And downfield, he's got Schultz, the tight end. They get 25 on that connection. It's good for a Texans first down. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
A second down throw for Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
To the goal line and in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. It's his second touchdown of the year. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. First and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he will score. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, Broncos. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big game.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. Third down coming up.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
That one intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is caught, and he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd and goal. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. This is caught downfield. It's Dell. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. That's over the middle and intercepted. intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. Now he'll run. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides. So we've played one quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw is Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. This is caught down that right sideline. And he will go all the way. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, Denver. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They will work the middle with Mixon. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down. Now Stroud. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
On play action, Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
He's going to try it here again. That is caught. What a throw. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Throwing is Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I return to Denver. After this, they'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Nix. He'll try to run for it.
You've got to keep all your options on the table on third down, and that's exactly what this quarterback did. He's looking to throw it, nothing there. He pulls it down himself, and he's able to convert for the first down.
He'll run again.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
2nd and 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Hit as he threw it, and the pass is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He gets that complete to his tight end, Ingram. Give him 14 on that one. Good for a Denver first down. Throwing, Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Nix to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is caught. That changes a lot. He's out of bounds all the way down at the 20-yard line. A huge play just before the half. And even 50 yards. On 1st down, it's Stroud. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. So we have hit halftime here on a Monday night as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. 3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. The return starts from the 5. Past midfield. Look at him go. And they're not going to catch up to him. He brings it all the way back. 95 yards. Touchdown, Denver. The kick by Lutz is good. Broncos will extend this third-quarter lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. A throw left side finds Dell. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down. Now Mixon. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. That's the safety, Talanoa Hufanga on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll go play action with Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Here's Mixon. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. They face second down and 7. Stroud going to set up to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And the Broncos are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Nick snap on 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's got another one. Quan Thornton, touchdown Broncos. 3 touchdowns for the game, his first 3 of the year. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball, and in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That one underneath here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. On 2nd down, Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game, it's J.K. Dobbins. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Here's Dobbins. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Now it's Dobbins. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. So we are through.
Shut him on this drive, boys. It's not like we can freeze the defense. We got to make a play here. We can make a play here. All right, take it to him. 79 Broncos.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
2nd down. Nix. A hit as he threw. The pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it, and he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain.
That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. Lutz for the extra point. He's got it. And the Broncos will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Now, right on the heels of the pick 6, he is intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Christian Harris.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next two drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a... Here, he has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
Now Mills. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Chidobe Awuzie.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big-time play for the Broncos. 32 yards. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he'll be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We'll see if they can put this one out of reach. I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Third and goal. They send Sutton in motion. And he's in. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. His kick is good. The Broncos stretch things out even further. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off. after this. To throw is Mills. On the quick slant, caught by Tank Dell. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
A gain of 15. First down, Houston.
Back to throw, Mills. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Mills to throw. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And 3rd down coming up. Throwing is Mills. Again, working deep downfield. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Here's Mills. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. Nix now to throw it here on 1st down. He connects with Mims. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Texans' 45-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very